This
everyone.
conference will now be recorded.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the NSHSS Global Student Voices series. During this session, other NSHSS ambassadors and I will discuss what new NSHSS members need to know and how they can get the most out of their membership. I'm Nicole Torres, and today I will be hosting this session. I go to School for Advanced Studies South in Miami, Florida. I am currently a rising senior and I am currently a NSHSS ambassador for about 3 years. And now, Lauren, you may go next.
Hello, my name is Lauren Greer. I go to Lowndes High School. I'm going to be a junior this year. I live in Valdosta, Georgia, and then I'm an ambassador for NSHSS, and I've been a member for about a year and a half now.
That sounds super cool. Vidangi, you may go next.
Hi, my name is Vedangi Trivedi, and I have been a member of NSHSS for 3.5 to 4 years now. And I am currently a rising freshman in college. I technically started already, but I am from Orlando, Florida. But I will be moving to Tampa very soon. And yeah.
Thank you, Vindagi. So I will be asking you guys a series of questions and to get to know you guys better and also about your experience with NSHSS. So the first question I have is, what is one thing that a new NSHSS member can participate in after accepting their invitation, and how might that help them with their academic or career goals? Lauren, you may begin.
All right, so one of the first things that I did after I became a member was just kind of look more into what NSHSS, sorry. When you look into what NSHSS actually does, you can look at all the webinars, and then I would say definitely keep track of like all the emails that you're getting, because they're super important and they provide you with all the information about, scholarships, webinars, any like traveling events. Those are really some of the specific ones that you can see in your emails. And then one thing that I did after being a member for quite a bit, I became an ambassador. I applied for that, and that also provided a whole new sense of direction and gave me a whole lot more opportunities to go through. And I definitely say currently, because the webinars are online, to take advantage of those for sure once you start, because you'll take a lot from those, and they're all pretty different. So you'll get quite a few different experiences from all of them.
I see you mentioned webinars. Are there any webinars that specifically you've attended or are interested in attending with NSHSS?
So I am currently signed up to take the How to Approach the PSAT, ACT webinar on August 25th. So that's the one I'm looking forward to currently, but I am looking at attending more soon.
It's super great. With the SAT coming up, I can totally recommend that webinar for you. Vidangi, do you have any input on this question?
Yeah, okay, so I'm so sorry. One thing that I did when I first joined to become an NSHSS member was I made sure my profile was perfect. I knew like where to access what. I made sure that whatever I wrote in my profile was something all me rather than just a image of me represented or something. And am I've I'm so sorry. And then after a while, I became an ambassador because I was really interested in NSHSS because it brought me so much to myself. I became more prepared. I knew how to use my voice, and I was very well fit in with the ambassadors.
Thank you, Vidangi, for your response. I would definitely say with NSHSS, you can get a lot of advice with panelists through the webinars about your career goals. I remember attending a specific webinar with speakers in like the business field, and it was super interesting because they were able to speak about their experience, and that was super cool to have. So my next question is, how is NSHSS different from NIHS? Lauren, you may take this question.
So personally, I haven't been involved with NHS, but I do know that NSHSS does provide, like, if you don't have a club at your school with NSHSS, you can still be a member, which means that pretty much if you get an invitation, you don't have to have a representative at your school already. You can become that representative. And even when you become a member, you can even make a club at your school throughout NSHSS. So you can pretty much start it all on your own.
Yes, it's super important. If you are interested in going like above and beyond, you can start a club at your own school. The Dongi, have you been in NHS?
Yeah, I was in NHS when I was in high school. Um, I'm not currently sure if my college does it, but I am looking into it. I felt as if NSHSS um, is more open, more active, more broad than NHS because NHS is more of National Honor Society, so it's more related to school, more based on your personal like school grade levels, like your GPA, your grades, how you are as like a person, how you see yourself as a person. Whereas NSHSS, they look into your to become an NSHSS member, you have to meet some requirements. So we meet those requirements, but we're all on a broader scale. We're not from the same high school. So that is something that I see different from NSHSS and NHS.
If you don't mind, I would wanted to touch on how the involvement was different. I do know from NSHSS that the involvement within their members and ambassadors is a lot more that I've noticed. Like on social media, ambassadors are always on there, or Collegiate Council is involved, and we're able to actually talk to members. This way, it's not, just talking to the organization, you're talking to people who are actually a part of it and who have been through webinars and other things.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Lauren. I was a very shy person at first, but through NSHSS, I've learned to become um, more open and see like and talk to people easily. I wasn't able to do that at first.
Yeah, I definitely agree. With NSHSS, you have that support system from so many different people from different states, and you get to talk to them about their experiences and collaborate also in forming your own projects and things like that. When NHS is all about your school, it's more it's a close knit community that's part of your school. But with NSHSS, it's like you're open to connecting with people from other states and who have the same interests as you, and it's super cool. So my third question would be, what has been your favorite opportunity you have participated in since becoming an NSHSS member? So Vidongi, would you like to take this question?
Yeah, okay. I feel like my favorite opportunity is the ambassadors Slack group chat because I feel as though I can talk to people easily, like I said, and it basically opens up to a whole new world. And then I also enjoy like the different webinars that we've had. I've attended a few, but not in like the recent times. So it's been a while, but I'm willing to look into it. Another thing that I enjoy a lot more, and I'm hoping to get more into is the ambassador like scholarships and like viewpoints. So hopefully I'll be able to do that as well.
So I personally definitely agree with the Slack community. Coming in as an ambassador was definitely a surprise. Like I had no idea what I was expecting at first, and then when you came in, when everyone started joining, it was like such a welcoming experience. Like the community, whether you're in just like the general chat or the ambassador chat, everyone's there to help you with, personal or NSHSS issues. Um, my favorite opportunity so far has definitely been the social media takeovers. I've really enjoyed being able to discuss with other members, being able to help answer questions with my personal experience as well as just people who don't know about NSHSS. And then you also just get to communicate like everyday responses because they're there also to learn about your day, just how a regular ambassador goes through their day, which is such a cool opportunity to be able to see not only others' perspectives, but also allow people to see mine.
Yes, I definitely agree. That's something that we still haven't touched upon. Takeover, social media takeovers. It's super fun experience. You have one day to take over the Instagram and the Snapchat, and you can share your stories throughout the day about your school, about your summer, about different projects you're working on. And I would definitely have to agree with NSHSS. You have to connect with different people through Slack. And with the Slack, I was able to work when I was first working on my service project and that has become an organization now. I was able to connect with other high school students that were interested in volunteering and decided to help me out and teach classes and become part of this volunteer effort that was possible through the connections I was able to make through NSHSS. So my next question would have to be, what has been your favorite opportunity you have participated in?
I believe the Slack group chat, like you said, was my favorite opportunity. And I think I'm willing
Is there like
to,
a favorite moment like that you've had through NSHSS?
yeah, I actually, like you said, building a new organization and helping with that. A couple of ambassadors and we actually made a nonprofit organization 2 years ago, like amidst of COVID, and I think that has been my favorite moment so far.
Through Slack, as both of you have mentioned, that the networking involved. I've met more people out of my state than I have inside, which has been a really cool experience. It's one of the only clubs I've been able to actually meet other people in. And then another thing that I've really enjoyed was the virtual prom that we put on this year. It was a really great experience to not only like help out a little bit with it, but also just take part in it. It was a super cool opportunity, and it was uh, above beyond than what people who didn't get to have their proms for the last couple of years. And it was a great opportunity for everyone just to like socialize with each other outside of the professionalism that comes sometimes with NSHSS.
That's super cool. My next question would be, what makes NSHSS worth it? So Vidangi, can you take this question?
Yes, I think what makes NSHSS worth it is like the team spirited people that we meet. Other things that I think NSHSS is like worth it is I'm so sorry is like so sorry is the scholarships. I believe like those scholarships mean a lot for people who are like who need the help and who are overachievers that like need it. So that's also something I think makes it worth it.
Yes, definitely. Scholarships is something super important with NSHSS. There's so many scholarships that NSHSS offers, and the applications are for like different types of people. There's communication, environment, so many different scholarships for people to apply. And I don't know, have you guys applied to any scholarships so far?
I haven't, but I'm hoping to apply in the future. So yeah.
I'm on the same page there. Actually, that's one thing that I was going to mention, that just to go ahead and start, like as a new member, get involved, go for it. Because in the beginning, I was nervous and a little reluctant to try anything, and the ambassador program definitely helped me reach out of my comfort zone. As a sophomore last year, when I was joining and becoming an ambassador, I was like, it's too early to start preparing. It wasn't, because this year, like, there's going to be so much going on already. I would say just go for it. If you're a sophomore and there's, scholarships available, go for it, do it, because it'll help in the long run. And so I plan on doing the scholarships this year as well. And then to touch on how many pathways and scholarships, that's also just pretty much everything in NSHSS. The webinars also, they all provide like different aspects and different like overall takeaways from them. So I think that's an important piece as well.
Yeah, this year I was able to apply to one of the scholarships, the communications one, and I was able to win it. So it's definitely worth it, like worth your time. Put in time and, be genuine in your responses, and you might have the chance of winning a scholarship that goes to your education and to your college future. So it's definitely worth it to apply to those scholarships, and it's very open to different grade levels as well. So I would say apply early, like if you can, so you have more opportunities in the future. And yeah, the scholarships are truly what makes a part of what makes NSHSS so worth it. So if you guys could describe in a couple of your own words, like what an NSHSS member is really like.
So an NSHSS member is someone who's going to excel in several different aspects of their life. Definitely, like academics is one thing that we strive to like show off in our program of, it gives everyone a chance to kind of shine in what they do. A lot of NSHS members, as you said, you had your own program, Nicole, or organization, sorry. Like a bunch of people are going to be very involved within their community, as I've seen within the Slack community, people showing off their nonprofits to try and, get help from others, get different details and ideas. And they're always, NSHS members are going to be someone who definitely like strives on their hard work to try and determine their goals and, break away from the standards that are put on them. I would say a good role model is always going to be someone for an NSHSS member.
Yes, for sure. I would definitely agree with your statement. All NSHS members I've met throughout this time have been so passionate and so driven and want to do their best. So I would have to agree with that. The Dongi, would you like to go next?
I think an NSHSS member is someone who knows how to open into their surroundings, knows like how to open up to people, even if you're a new member. I've seen it so many times. We've had new members joining all the time in our Slack group chats and in our different like group chats, and so it's amazing to see all the new people join. It's amazing to see how the old ambassadors are still like contributing. And then I feel as though NSHSS has really helped me open up to people rather than just me being inside my shell. What do you think, Nicole? What do you think describes an NSHSS member?
I would have to go with the word supportive. I think everyone in NSHSS is so supportive. How I mentioned before, when I first had come up with my idea for forming an organization, it was all like in the works of planning and like that. And I was able to reach out to people that were interested in volunteering through the Slack and getting people to help me and to support the organization and getting so much support and so much passion and drive to help others and serve the community. And all the members were super good in their academics and in their extracurriculars, but having that extra time to put to serve others, that was truly it was truly magnificent to see so many people that come together and support you when you need it. So
No, I definitely agree with that. It's been a really great experience to meet so many new people, and whether, like I said, whether it's like a personal problem that you have, like if you have something going on in your personal life, people they actually care. It's not like the community is built within NSHSS is really truly like a true relationship between people, and then we're always there to help each other no matter really what the issue is. And most of us are quite, we're going to be busy with whatever's going on in your life, but we're always willing and ready to help other people and members within everything. And as I mentioned earlier with the social media takeovers, you can see with just the people who want to do them in general and also everyone who responds to them, just shows how active all the members inside of NSHSS really are.
Yeah, continuing what you said about the takeovers, I have enjoyed doing all of my takeovers. I've had so many of the new members come and ask me questions like, "Oh, like what do you like about being a member? Like what do you enjoy the most about being a member? How are you guys able to connect with each other?" And I feel like those questions really open up about how we all are like open to ideas, open to new explorations, and we're looking forward for everything.
Yeah, I would have to agree with the takeovers. You're able to like put faces into this organization. You're able to put experiences and people into the organization. So people that may be afraid or confused on whether to apply or not, like look through these takeovers. You'll see the different opportunities we get, the different outcomes, positive outcomes that result because of being part of this organization, and also the different people that make up this beautiful organization. So, would you guys have anything else? Any other tips for future NSHSS members?
One tip that I would say is if you're a new NSHSS member joining in, I would say open up, tell a little bit about yourself, because there's going to be someone around you, someone who thinks like you, someone who has an idea just like yours, maybe, that you can contribute and you can do something better together.
Definitely, like communication is a really big aspect of NSHSS because it is a large organization. There's going to be someone is going to be, similar with you, have an idea, you can share upon. And then just if you have a question, ask. Like Instagram is always definitely a key option for it. There's quick responses. People are there ready to help you. And also the website will answer a majority of your questions as well. Just go for it. As I mentioned earlier, just take all the chances and opportunities you're provided, because who knows what you're going to come into next year or what your life's going to look like next year. So if there's a webinar that you're somewhat even interested in, sign up, do it. Just get involved, really.
What you said about the website, Lauren, I totally agree. What I did was I went through every single like tab on the website, and I went through everything and I just looked it over, read about it, understood what it was like, what their main goal is, what their mission is. And I enjoyed the mission, and I like loved their mission statement, that I was like, this is something that I want to be a part of.
Yes, and in the website, you can also find blogs and articles that sometimes are written by NSHSS members. I did have the chance of writing a blog about the volunteers opportunities that we offered at my organization and also the experience. So if you are interested in taking, some time to read, you can go through the website and read so many articles about people that are in their college experiences. They can talk about that, or ambassadors who talk about their experience, or just general tips about school and academics and the organization. So if you are interested, I would definitely recommend like go through the website because you can find lots of good resources there. So, oh, Lori, you may.
And I was just going to touch on the resources, like just like this Global Student Voices, there's other ones out there of a bunch of different categories. There's scholarship winner lives and reels on Instagram, the YouTube channel. The resources are out there. You just have to take the chance and go for them. What were you saying, Nicole? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the donkey. How has like your experience through NSHSL, like it's helping you through the college, transition?
For me, I started college early. Like I did the boot camp into from like college to like from high school to college. Oh my God, I was gonna say college to high school. I'm crazy. But so from high school to college, I believe the most that like NSHS has told me that if I have an idea or an approach to something, I should open up to it. Like I can easily talk to my teachers right now. I can go, hey, like I was thinking this and I like really wanted your opinion on it, or I'm looking into this and I really don't understand it. So is there a way you can explain it to me? And then I've opened up on their like the Slack again. I'm sorry, I like Slack is everything for us. Slack about like talking to different people. Maybe like I believe since I was virtual this transition, I feel as though I wasn't able to like talk to people as much, and I'm very talkative. But I hope that in fall when I go, I would be able to open up to more people.
Yeah, that sounds great. I would definitely say that confidence, you build a lot of confidence with being through NSHSS, with the support from like the other ambassadors and members, and also the wonderful staff that we have here that can, give you advice and also, support you throughout the journey. And Lauren, how was your experience also? I know you're not going to college, but with the support of NSHSS, how was it like before not having NSHSS and now being part of the organization?
Yeah, so sometimes, especially, I think it's a struggle that most high schoolers and even middle schoolers, probably college students at some point go through, that they struggle to find like that group, that connection sometimes. And before NSHSS, I wasn't checking, a group chat daily. I wasn't like looking, for our daily words of wisdom or, just what to get into. And then when I got into NSHSS, like you keep mentioning the Slack community there is just really powerful. There's always some sort of conversation, and they would love for you to join it, I'm sure. Um, and then also just throughout high school, getting into that one club, like you can be involved in so many things, but finding that one group that you can like always go back to and always count on, like just not only the community, but NSHS in general, like they have so many things, like you're never going to be bored looking through NSHSS. So it's something you can always count on to go back and to also provide you with resources to help you with your future.
Thank you, Lauren. I would want to, the last question I think that I have, unless you guys want to ask questions of your own, you may do so, is about the Collegiate Council. I know, Vedangi, you're going to college, so have you looked into, do you have anything of info about the Collegiate Council?
Okay, I've looked into the Collegiate Council and I missed the deadline, and I know it's not an excuse, but I'm hoping to join the Collegiate Council soon. I had a lot on me in high school, so I am using this time to like bring me back to my normal self, get back up on my feet and then work from there.
Yeah, I was going to say that it just comes to show, like with the Collegiate Council, you're still continuing that support after high school. And that's like another thing that what makes NSHSS so great because they do try to help you with the like different parts of your academic life. So I would definitely suggest looking into that when you go to college. So, oh, Lauren, you may go.
And I was just gonna touch on what you're saying, Nicole. Like that was a really good point about how the community. We keep going back to that word, but it's just such an important aspect and part. Um, but like the collegiate council, they're involved within not only the ambassadors, but just regular members, just to help guide you through what their experience taught us. And then you've got your like coffee chats and everything that we're allowed to join, and you get to see just like how NSHSS can evolve not only throughout high school experience, but how you can evolve through NSHSS. So it makes a difference, and the sooner you get involved in it, the bigger that evolution through high school and college is going to be. And another thing is that a lot of clubs aren't going to offer all the way through college, and so this is going to be something you can go back to, and you can continue for years to come, and then even after college you can still stay involved in NSHSS.
I'm gonna add to that. Make sure that NSHS has partners. So look into their partners. You might even get discounts because I looked into like their travel discounts and it was amazing. Like you get like 15% off. I think I'm not completely sure. Don't quote me on that. But you can look into those like discounts and you can use that as an advantage of being an NSHSS member and looking into like it might be for like test prep, like Lauren said earlier, or it might be for like travel.
Yeah, I do recall there is test prep discounts. So if you're an NSHSS member and you're interested in taking that test services that they offer in the partnership, yeah, I would definitely say go check out because there are lots of resources that you may not have heard of or maybe it's a surprise for you. So I would say definitely check that out and really get involved so you can learn more about these resources. So kind of following up on that, are there any surprise resources or things that you didn't expect of getting from NSHSS?
So although I knew about, the scholarship aspect of NSHSS, before I looked at it, I did not realize how much it offered and how often, they come out with new scholarships and qualifications. When I looked and I was able to see like actually like what I could apply for, and what each scholarship was talking about, no matter what or who you are, at least one of those are going to apply to you, whether it's the qualifications or just what it says, because I think that's a huge part of scholarships. Don't apply for something that you're not really passionate about. But with NSHSS, because of how many things they offer, there's going to be at least one that you're going to enjoy writing about or speaking about.
Yes, I would have to agree that there's so many tracks you can go with the scholarships, and there's a scholarship for everything, for everyone, for every type of person. And being able to also like go through that experience of applying, it's really good because even if you may not win the scholarship, it still prepares you to how the scholarships work, how the process goes, getting letters of recommendation, all these different things that you will need in the future when you keep applying and apply to colleges. So I would say that it's definitely beneficial applying to the scholarships because you gain that experience. Vidandi, would you like to say anything that surprised you through being through NSHSS?
The takeover surprised me. I thought if I did a takeover, I would just get just some people to respond. I've had so many people respond to me that I've had to screenshot like like what they said and like write the answer on it because it was so open. Like they were so willing to learn what's going on that you want to know, like you want to explain to them what's like happening.
Yeah,
No,
I would have. Oh, you can go, Lauren.
No, I would definitely agree with you about that. That was a really great point because, like we've mentioned, it's so involved, and when so many people are responding not only to questions about NSHSS, which shows how people are thinking about it, and how members want to get involved but don't know how, which is a really great point and place for them to look for it. But also, like when you're just talking about your life and you ask a question about like when are you going back to school, people want to respond to you. They want to have that conversation with you, which is a really nice thing to like be able to go and look at and just talk to people sometimes.
Yeah, the social aspect of having the takeover is like aside from promoting NSHSS and answering questions that you get, that experience that you have of talking to others and you know sharing the same interests and giving advice is super amazing through the takeovers.
I want
So,
to add something.
oh, okay, you can go.
I wanted to add something really quickly. I wanted to also let everyone know that we have Scholars Day coming up, which is in DC this year, which is a big event where all of NSHSS members, ambassadors, the Collegiate Council, everyone, we all get together and we have this educational conference where we all just talk about education.
Thank you so much, Vidongi, for adding that. That's super important. And if you want more info, don't forget to check the website or look at the Instagram for NSHSS. So that is all for our Global Student Voice series today. So thank you so much, Lauren and Vidongi. You've been amazing. You've given so much advice for all the NSHSS future members or ambassadors.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It was a really great experience to be able to, just talk about my personal experience and just to be able to give that little bit of advice that hopefully will be able to help new members explore NSHSS.
I agree with you, Lauren. Thank you for having us. Nicole. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Leslie, for this opportunity that you've given us. And we hope that we could help new members coming in.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And yeah, that is all for this meeting. Bye.